YouTube. I've got a little time, so I'm going to answer some more of your questions. Ubiest of the tubiest, the best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. I got a few questions here I'm going to answer for you guys. And I'm going to start with Johnny. And he and I've had a couple of correspondence. And so let me just let Johnny know, along with the rest of you guys, what's real with the trucking industry, period, when it comes to mentors. Um, on the student side, on the haters side, they want to say that mentors are awfully horribly bad people, and they only in it for the money, or they uh, take advantage of students, and I mean just a plethora of on and ons about that. And that can't be all the way false, because there's a bunch of asshole mentors. There's a lot of asshole students too, so let's just call that a wash, 50-50, okay? um, Mentors are only in it for the money. Well, I could tell you that I wouldn't do it if I wasn't compensated. And my goal is to have you guys have a wonderful mentoring experience. Yeah, I mean, my goal with this whole channel is I just wanted all of you guys to have the same experience that I have. I mean, I had a fantastic recruiter, a fantastic mentor. I got a nice truck when I got done, and I have a really, really awesome driver leader. So I just want that to mimic that for each one of you guys. And being a mentor is being a good mentor is being a part of the solution. And that's one reason why I chose to get started in mentoring. But would I have somebody on my truck using up my space, putting up with their differences from mine? Um, I mean, it just goes on and on. I mean, you're sharing your space with someone, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But even when it don't work, it never even had to work, because the mentor didn't have to be a mentor. Okay, so let's get that understood. And without the mentor, you wouldn't be driving a truck. Okay. I know somebody's going to say, well, there's ways around that. Well, find that one and then let me know. But that's just not the way. Today, that's not the way you're going to get into trucking. You're going to get with a mega carrier, or you're going to go to a school, and that school's going to pawn you off on a company that's going to let you come in there fresh with no experience, and good luck to you. Or you're going to go with a mega carrier who's going to get you with a mentor who's going to teach you how to drive a truck. So without mentors, don't act like it's not necessary, because mentors are necessary. Okay. And when people say that they don't do it for the money, that's a bunch of horseshit. Okay. You tell anybody that tell you that they ain't doing it for the money to donate their paychecks to charity, and find out what their response is going to be. See how quickly they're going to do that. And then they're going to eat them words, because that's a bunch of bull, okay? The real world is you doing it because you're getting compensated, okay? You may enjoy it. You may get some emotion out of it, some positive out of it, make you feel good and all that good stuff. Yes. Yeah. But cut that paycheck off and see if you keep doing it. So don't come at me saying that mentors are in it for the money. That is the most, I mean, it's just all cliches, man. And most people just regurgitate them. It goes in their eyes and ears, and then they just regurgitate them. Just they get on YouTube, listen to other people complain about it, and say, "Oh yeah, that's the way it is," and then they just spew it. And when I start talking to you about it, and you don't have intelligent responses to it, because you don't because it doesn't make sense. Okay, so get out of the cliche, man. Quit listening to other people tell you things that are negative. As soon as somebody starts talking negative to me, man, look, going on with that. If you don't have anything positive to add to my life, then just shut up. Don't talk to me. Straight up. And that's what you should do. Okay? That way you can keep positive, good information going into your head. Okay? And by the way, I'm not beating up on you. I'm just letting you know that's just the facts. It's how it is. Okay? Let's go with a prime example. Okay? This guy, Rick, says, when I was a trainer, I made the student run 675 miles a day. More money in my pocket. Then, when my trainee was getting ready to pass a Swift driver, I made damn sure he knew Swifty was holding his lane. Swift have a bad reputation, and they live up to it. You see what I'm talking about? That right, this guy's response is the whole thing that I just said. Negative, and he's a trainer who, okay, just moved to make that guy's life a little easier and be a part of the solution, not the problem. Like this guy Rick, man, this guy's part of the problem. He's the reason why so many people don't like mentors. I can tell just by his statement that he's, you know, he ain't somebody you really want to be around, because it's just a problem. You know, everybody likes to pick on Swift as if Swift's got the only bad drivers on the planet. You know, that's just ridiculous. Does Swift have bad drivers just like everybody else do? Yes, they do. Just like every other company out there. Swift is just the biggest, and people like to pick on them. And it don't take a whole lot of thought. You don't have to be a real smart person to just regurgitate what other people are saying and doing. And now they're going to say, "Oh, that's just because it's true." No, bro. You can't name somebody else that has issues like that, because all you care about is what everybody else, you know, drums about. That makes you part of the in crowd. So, but, you know, he makes a student drive 675 miles a day. Good. But why? Not because it's going to benefit the student when they go solo. That's not what he said. What he said was because it puts money in his pocket. So can you imagine how he treats the students when it's all he cares about? Does it put money in my pocket when my students run 600 plus miles? Of course it does. But the goal at the end of the day is not that students putting money in my pocket. It's just that I have a responsibility to teach my students how to be successful when they get out here. Putting money in my pocket is a byproduct of that. It's a positive byproduct of that. And if that byproduct wasn't there, I probably wouldn't do it. So that certainly teaching my students how to be successful out here is the ultimate goal. But the ultimate goal ain't gonna never happen without the compensation. So understand that. But to just trumpet that fact lets me know where your mindset is. Let's go to the next one. And I don't mean to keep making bitchy videos, but I mean, I get sick of people. This is a rookie channel, okay? And people get on here and they start that negative shit and make you, a rookie, think that's the way it is. And that's just not the way it is. That's the way that people are, okay? And it ain't the way that you have to be. It don't have to be the way you got to be, okay? Okay, let's go to another question here. Excuse me. Excuse me again. I'm gonna make another a new ending. You know, when I talk about Autumn, so you guys can have her information. I'm gonna give you an updated phone number at that. I'm just gonna record a new one. Excuse me again. Jason, I spend like $400 a week on food, but that's also cigarettes and energy drinks, as well as Uber and restaurants. And Jason, very common, very common. And so I do cooking videos on here, and I also teach my students to cook. I make them do the cooking, and with my new student, I'm gonna have them start the cooking portion a lot sooner, because what happens is once you start running teams, there's not a whole lot of time for me to take to teach you to cook. So I'm gonna start doing that early now. But if you think about it, it's very easy to spend $45 a day on food. You can spend $15 for breakfast, $15 for lunch, $15 for dinner. Okay, so let's say you spend $10 on breakfast, you're still gonna spend $20 on dinner. You know, it still doesn't matter. I'm just averaging it out at $15 per meal. It's $45 a day, 7 days a week. $400 is easy to spend. So if you're gonna get a check, $1,000 a week, pretty good. $52,000 a year, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Come on, that's good. Okay. Like say I'm gonna take his. You know, let's say with all of your deductions, you're taking $700 home every week. If you eat 400 of that 700, what you got left to pay bills with? $300. Then you wonder why, oh man, I ain't making no money. Okay. Well, you are making money, and going to your boss and saying, "Pay me more," don't fix that issue, because you're just gonna eat better. You follow me? So it's the reason why I come out on. I try to advocate to, you know, make your own meals, and you're gonna cut your. I bet you're gonna take $300 a week back into your pocket. It's ain't costing more than $100 a week. You eat more than $100 a week, and you making your meals. Then, wow, I don't know what you eat. Maybe eating porterhouse steak every day or something. So you can. You can break that down. You know, get you some patches and get off them cigarettes. Now, that being said, you know, I did Copenhagen, so you know, I ain't no whole lot I can say about that. Okay, but let's be conservative, man. Think about that. If you buy the equipment and cook on your truck, and this equipment costs less than $300, because the stove and the microwave is $100, you know, and the Instant Pot was like $60, you know. Then you got a griddle for another $20. I mean, you don't spend that much on your tools you're gonna use to cook in your truck, you know. And you just got to learn to be clean. If you're not clean, then just go ahead and spend the money, because you're gonna spend it getting bacteria at your bile if you don't. But if you can stay clean and you can cook on your truck, you're gonna save so much money. Think about that. It's $300 a week back into your pocket, man. $1,200 a month. You know, it's like what, 15 G's a year, almost. Think about that. Okay. By the way, Jason, I appreciate you responding. And he also says, and I did it too. I'm gonna tell you about the TV. Say that the trucks have mounts in them for TV, and he has a 2019 International. He put a 32-inch screen TV in there, and they'll fit, but like you said, they fit very, very tight. And why? Why do you want a TV that big in your truck? I mean, that's and then it's heavy on the little mounts, and it's fine if it's stationary. But when you're going down the street like this, hitting bumps, eventually you can put stress on them little boats, and maybe one day you'll be sleeping, TV will fall on your feet. Okay, so 24-inch is what I got, and that's what he's recommending, and he's right. Um, the Swift doesn't teach manual only, automatic. You have an automatic restriction on your license unless you go to a third-party school. And trust me, manuals and up, down shifting, whatever. Okay. I was a really, really advocate against going to CR England and going to CR England because they test out in automatic transmission. Now, the industry is going that way. Even Swift is going that way, where they're going to start testing everybody out in automatic transmissions. CR England only test out in automatic transmission. That ain't the only reason why. Let's have to do a pay and so forth as well too. But the main thing is, if you ever decide to leave, you have the automatic restriction on your license, and that's just the way the industry's going. And most big companies like Kenworth, Peterbilt, Volvo, Mack, International, the very, very vast majority of the trucks they're building now are automatics because most people getting into this industry and moving forward, none of them may never seen a manual transmission vehicle. They have no idea what that's about. And so the industry has to make adjustments. And that's one of the adjustments they got to make. They got to get better with the transmissions, and they have. And then more people will come into this industry, and kind of start filling in the holes. We got a lot of freight needs to be moved. Okay, and so in order for the industry to keep on pace, they got to get away from manual transmissions and scaring off new drivers. So I get it. And also here's another thing too, and I didn't think about it, but Sarah England may have been on to something, and I just didn't pay attention to what I didn't know, but they realize a lot of, a lot, better than 60% of their trainees that come through there, get their CDL, and go through their mentoring program and all that good stuff. Probably 60% won't even stay long enough to even get through the mentoring portion of it. They get their CDLs and they barreling ass. And why put them in an automatic transmission and teaching them how to do that and go through all the stress and on the student, on the teachers, on the trucks, to teach them how to do it and get out with a license with no restriction on them, and then they don't stay. So I get it, man. I get it. Hey, I got a question. With Swift Academy in Waco, Georgia. It went home on the first day because my BMI was not right. BMI not right is code for I like pork. I do too. Okay. Yeah. So I get it. He's going for a sleep study. I don't have sleep apnea. I explained my health was fine and still booted. Is this the norm that I hear that? I weigh 251 pounds and I'm 5'6". I've seen big trucks bigger before, yes. I'm mad because I quit my job and I have, oh my God, man, bro, I hate that, bro. Sorry, I got a phone call that interrupted. Man, bro, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. I wish that you had watched my videos before you did that, because I made a video about that, and I said to make sure you go to go get your uh, medical card and all that stuff before you step out there, because you go to the right ones, you go to a reputable one, and if they see a potential issue there, then they might do a sleep study for you and all that good stuff before you quit your job and then get out there and find out that, you know, these companies won't hire you. You know, wow, man, I really hate that for you. And uh, I don't know the full spectrum of your situation, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not a DOT doctor that can get you a medical card, so I don't know. I really do plan on making a video about with the doctor at the terminal in Salt Lake, and get some of those questions answered. But that really sucks. You know, I hate that for you. And don't give up. And it says that you still want to go back for sure. Yeah, I want you to go back for sure. And you know, check yourself first to make sure that, you know, you're where you want to be. You know, as a you're happy in your body, and I want you to be happy in your body, and I hope you're happy in your body. But you know, we have to make sure that we are healthy, not just to come out here and drive trucks, but quit my job and give up my apartment. So I didn't see on there where you talked about a family, but if you got a family, you want to be around for your family as well. And you know, I don't do everything that's healthy for me, but I dropped a lot of stuff that I really like to eat, and I quit eating it, and I feel a lot better. I've actually lost almost 16 pounds since I've been driving. Well, actually, since I've been eating different. So that might be something that you may want to work on. And diets rarely work. I get it. However, you can't say, well, diets don't work, so I'm just going to keep getting more and more and more, doing more and more damage to my body. Okay, that's shit that we can't use that as an excuse. We got to try to get better. New students aren't physically conditioned to drive long hours. This is Blood, Sweat, and Bash. Blood, Sweat, and Bash is from Houston. You take me bass fishing, and I'll take you saltwater fishing. So hit me up. I really don't want to go bass fishing. I take that back. Just let me take you saltwater fishing. Okay. He says new students aren't physically conditioned to drive long hours. They have to build up that stamina, especially when they are driving a manual transmission. How do you combat this issue? I combat this issue by not letting them drive a manual transmission, because I don't drive a manual transmission, and then they ain't gonna go work for a mega carrier that's got a manual transmission. So, problem kind of fixed itself. But my answer to him was, when I get my new student, you know, I'm gonna let him drive, and when I start seeing him or not holding the lane or whatever, okay, that's his limit. Now it's time to pull over and take a short break. And if it's every couple of hours, that's fine. In 2 hours, you can drive 100. You should be able to drive about 120 miles. So you drive 120 miles, take a break. 15 minutes or so, get back in there, drive another 2 hours, another 120 miles, 240. Take a break. Get in the truck again, drive another 240. I mean, another 120. Take a 30 so you can reset. We should be up somewhere around 360 miles. And then we get in and do it again and do it again. And at the end of that day, we're going to be up around 500 miles. And he's taking some breaks and, got himself back together and ready to roll again. But after a couple of days, you're going to need to stop less. After about a week, you're going to be able to drive it with no problem. Okay? So, yeah, you can work into it, but you work into it fairly quickly. Let's see if we got something else good here. Good question. Our line to start with Swift. In a couple of months, how long does it take after a train over the road with a mentor like you become an owner-operator? Short answer to that question. That is a deep well subject, okay? And we'll get into it a little bit better. It's so many videos out there about people who talking about lease and owner-operator and all this bullshit, and they all company drivers talking this shit on what they're talking about. And those you got to really be careful not to pay attention to them, okay? Here's the deal. How long does it take you to become an owner-operator? I don't know how much money you got. Okay, if you have the money to become an owner-operator, if you have saved up that kind of money, you have a different thought process than somebody who don't. So that has a lot to do with when you can become an owner-operator. Okay, it's not necessarily the money, but the wisdom that you gain by when you to get that money. Okay, and before you become an owner operator, you have to know the industry. So how long is it going to take you to learn the industry? How long will it take you to get a customer base? He's talking about authority. I can tell you this about that. When you get your own authority, you got to get insurance and all that kind of stuff. And the insurance company will not insure you when your CDL is brand new. I know that because I was going to do it. I was going to go buy me a brand new truck and run with my son. So when I spoke with the insurance company, they asked me how long I had my CDL. I said, I ain't got it yet. They said, no. Even after you get your CDL, no, you need to drive somebody and get some experience before they'll insure you. And the ones that would insure you is so expensive, you're never going to make the money. The industry is not set up that way. It's set up to make you fail, to prevent you from doing it in the first place, because you can't get out there with no experience, thinking, well, I can go get me a truck. You watch these guys on YouTube talking about go get a $20,000, $30,000 truck and start your own business. You got to watch my videos talk about business. Okay, if you don't know about business, driving a truck as an owner operator is not a business. That is not a business. Don't let nobody tell you it is, because it is not a business. So yeah, it is. It's business. No, it's not. You know the reason why it even can be called business is because the IRS has a tax code for people who are self-employed. And to separate yourself from the liability of what you do, your personal life and your money-making life, you have to create its own entity so that entitles it to be a business. Okay? But is it a real business? No, it really isn't. And if you had any business knowledge or have a business mentor, they will tell you that that's not a business. You got a business. That's how you know. This is the litmus test, real quick, to know how if you got a business. Go on vacation. Go on vacation for 2 weeks. If you come back and your business is made you money and is in a better position than it was when you left and you got a business. But if you go on vacation for 2 weeks and come back and your account ain't grown none, you don't have no business. You have a job. You own a job, not a business. Because it don't make money if you ain't there. That's not a business. That is not a business. So get that in your head. If you understand that, the quicker you accept it as a fact, you'll become more successful in business, okay? But if that's your goal, then I would be a company driver for at least a year. Then lease a truck. If you're sure you still want to do it, lease a truck with the company that you're working for, not lease purchase. Lease the truck, and then you'll get some experience on what it costs to run that truck and what you need to do to make the revenue to pay for the truck and put money in your pocket. You'll start getting some of that experience during that lease. And if at the end of that lease you decide that you don't want to go to the next step, to the owner-operator step, you're done, you don't want to mess with this no more, you're tired of the truck having issues and that you're having to pay for those issues and not being able to go on vacation when you want to, damn sure not going to take a 2-week vacation. But if you was, you come back and you got truck notes stacked up 2-3 weeks. Take you 6 months to get caught up again. And then you'll say, you know what? I don't think I want to do this. And then you can at least get a truck back. What have you lost? You listen to these fools on YouTube telling you to go out and buy a truck, and then you go out and do that, and somebody's breaking down every other week, and you can't pay for it, and your credit tore up now, and you still right back where you started.
Message has arrived.
Because them people don't know business. They're telling you don't get a lease truck from the company. Why? Them will give you a good reason why. Oh, just don't do it. Why? Because it's bad. Why? You just paying it off for the company. Sure you are. I'm not leasing this truck I'm driving right now. I'm not leasing it. This is Swift's truck. I'm not leasing. Who the hell you think paying this truck off? You think Swift paying it off? They gonna pay this truck off if it was sitting still? Shit, no. Come on, man. Come on. They don't pay me $5 a freaking mile because of what they making, because some of what they make pays me and pays for this truck. Who generates that income? I do. Come on, man. You got to, don't listen to these people talk stupid. You paying the truck off for the company. Are you ridiculous? You work for Coca-Cola. You're on the assembly line at the Coca-Cola plant, okay? You paying, some of your salary pays the bills that Coca-Cola keeps them going. I don't give a shit what you're doing. You working for somebody cutting grass. Some of you, with the money that you earn or that you generate cutting grass, pays for the mowers and the fuel that runs the mowers. You see how stupid people can get, man? Don't listen to that craziness on YouTube. This is gonna be a long video, but hey, I got a bunch of time, and y'all can always pause it and watch the rest of it later. So the bottom line to your question is, there is no real time, but when you're ready, put it to you that way. But take the steps, take the proper steps, and do not listen to these people on YouTube telling you to go their route. Okay, tell you what you do. Watch them from the beginning, from their first video. Sit down and watch it, because you're fixing to listen to their information and go invest $30, $40, $50, $60,000 into a truck. You can at least investigate the person who's telling you to do that, and watch their videos. Watch where they started, watch their journey, and then watch and see where they're at right now. And think, do you really want to go through all that shit what they went through to be where they at right now? Hell no. Let's see where we're at. High 50 is a dry van, all dropping hook or live load. Thanks for sharing. Keep it. There's not all of anything all. Okay, not all reefer is live unloads. Not all reefer is live loads. Not all dry van is drop and hook. Not all dry van is live loads. Not all dry van uh, is non-touch freight. You know, so it's a plethora, bro. You're gonna get a little bit of all of it. I don't touch freight. I don't touch freight because I don't have a dedicated route that involves me touching freight. Um, and so I live load, I live unload. You know, I do dropping hooks, and you will as well. So it's not all the same. Now, see if we got another one here. Uh, Real quick, also, I get some questions about backing, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna do some backing videos, but backing is not hard. It's not hard. I don't understand how that got started. You know, what people were saying. I've made turns. I've gotten to a red light and look at the intersection, and I've made turns harder than backing. And I'm moving forward. I don't understand how people, where that came from, where, backing is such a horrible thing. It is absolutely not. I get a lot of people talking about how bad backing is, and it's not, man. It's not. So don't let that get in your head. Um, Starting pay. What's the starting pay after school? Like if you finish 16 weeks of trucking, what do you make per week? And take home. I don't know what you're gonna take home. How could I know what you're gonna take home? I don't know what the deductions are on your check. I can tell you that you can get out here and make $40,000 gross, and I mean in your first year, if you have a good work ethic. If you don't, you're gonna make far less. Um, let's see if I got any more here that I can answer before my video turns into 2 hours. Um, come on. I think that should do it, guys. I don't want to keep you all much longer than I am. Oh, can you live on your truck and not pay rent? Many people do. Many people do. Many Swift drivers do. So they even got trucks with these big, huge, giant ass sleepers on the back that make many apartments rolling down the road. So a lot of people do. They retire from their job and start driving trucks, OTR, and they like it's a lifelong vacation that pays for itself. They just go from city to city, enjoying all of the amenities, and then move on to the next one. Just get another load going someplace else. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, I know this one was long, and I appreciate y'all hanging in. I hope I gave you some useful, good information. Always stay positive. If you get somebody got a negative ass video, just turn that shit off. They're not giving you any positive information. Turn that shit off. Do not fill your head with all the negativity that's out here in trucking, bro. It is horrible. I haven't been in an industry that was full of so much negative, and it's coming from people who drive. They're drivers, man, and it's so negative. I'm thinking, shut the hell up and get out of the industry. If it's so bad, get out. Why are you living in hell if it's so bad? You don't get in there and hear people going how happy they are. I don't get it, man. It's like, if you don't have something to whine and cry about, then you don't need to go into the truck stop. I don't get it. I don't get it. This industry pays you very well. It pays you very well with no education. I mean, clearly, it pays you well with no education. And if you got a head right here, if you got something between your ears and you want to drive trucks, man, the sky is the limit. You're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. Okay? So don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Deliver undistracted. Come out here and get you some of this money. Yeah, boop.